Hey there, good looking. Join me for this metabolic conditioning workout for all levels that is going to toast some calories and tone some muscles. Hey, listen up. You do need some dumbbells for this workout. If you just have one pair, grab those. Otherwise, if you have a variety, grab what you consider are light, moderate, and heavy. You'll also need access to a chair or a bench. And this is also day 8 of our Ignite Challenge. I am super excited about this workout. So let's stop the chit chat and let's go get warmed up. All right, before we start rocking and rolling, first things, if you have a fitness watch, turn that baby on. And now we need to warm up the muscles and prepare the joints for the work to be done. Let's start with some arm circles. Take it backwards for me. Just start with a gentle range of motion, and then as you go, really exaggerate it. I like going backwards because I find that most of us are already pretty good with internal rotation. It is external rotation that we need to focus on more. So we have this workout spread out in 3 different groupings. We start with a power circuit, strength circuit, and then an endurance circuit. Last 3, each circuit, 2 and 1 will be different times as well as different sets. Hip hinge for me, hands down underneath the chest, lift the left arm up. Now the right arm, shoulder and T-spine here. There'll be some jumping, so I'm going to show in a modified screen some non-jump options so that everyone can join in on the fun. Here we go. Last 4 and 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Hands light behind the ears. Let's keep the feet here and keep that hip hinge for good mornings. So we're hinging through the hips, pushing your tush to the wall behind you. Now, for those of you that are part of the Ignite Challenge, in addition to the challenge, we've been working on perfecting our push-up each workout as well. Today, Perfect Your Push-Up series is baked into the workout. So we'll be doing some sort of plyometric power moves to help us perfect the push-up. Last 2. 1 more. Excellent. Holding on to a wall if you need to. You're going to bring the heel up, hinge forward, other leg, or work your balance. Good. So more hamstrings here. We are getting those hammies today. And then we're adding quad. Remembering that our best type of warm-up before workout is a movement-based, not static hold. Last 2. 1 more. Nice. All right, let's get the feet wide for me. Turn those toes out. Keep toes, knees, hips, shoulders to me, and let's lunge it to a side and stay low and lunge to the other side. Good. Getting those hips, adductors, and more thighs warmed up. Sink it down as deep as it feels comfortable for you. If you've been with me for a while, you know I cue. Please don't ever push a knee joint to where it's painful. You want to keep the knees moving though. Motion is lotion as we get older. Good, now let's see if we can come to a side and lift the toe up. Drop down, come to the side, lift the toe up. If you're unable to, just keep doing what we were doing, those side to side. But here I'm taking a little deeper, working a little further into that hip and groin area. Last 2. 1 more. Woo! All right, hip stabilizers. Soften your knee for me. Just mirror me, bringing this leg out for standing fire hydrants. Just a heads up too, this is a really nice exercise sub if a workout is doing lunges and your knees are just done with lunges, but yet you want to work on helping the knees out. This is a great sub because this muscle helps keep the knees strong. Last 2 and 1. Other side. So our first circuit, we have 20 seconds of work, 15 seconds rest. It's power, so it's going to be tough. All right. There'll be a mini me in the screen for the Bulgarian power lunge, our first move, as well as our power push-up doing against the wall, or you can follow me against the chair. All right, come on up. If you have those light dumbbells and you are advanced, grab onto them. Get the laces of your right foot up. You're hinging forward. As you hinge forward, you jump and jump back. Okay, so let's try it. Dumbbells are optional. Jump forward, come down, jump back to stand. Jump forward, or follow Mini-Me. She's doing a one-legged squat, so really good exercise to work into the stabilizers of the ankle, knee, and hip, while also working into the glutes, quads, and hamstrings. One more. All right, other side. Now, I got a glute issue on this side, so I am not doing weights on this side. So we start first, close to the bench, laces are resting, and then we step forward, jump forward, and come down. Chest coming down to the thigh, not rounding the back. So 20 seconds of work. It's a pretty powerful move, hence the circuit is power. Let's do one more. And up. All right. Power push-ups. Do them against the wall if you're a beginner. Otherwise, join me on the knees. We want the hands narrow. All right. You want that bridge with the body. Lower the chest down, press up, and immediately come back. So this is the Perfect Your Push-Up series that's baked into this workout. We're not doing more push-ups at the end of the workout like we've been doing, Ignite Challengers. Come on. Let yourself drop and press up as one solid unit. Keep that tush in. Let's do this. Last one. Okay, so, all right, there's round one. Moving into round two. Right laces on the bench. Or maybe you're doing a one-legged squat. Here we go. Come close to the bench with that left leg. Jump forward and take it down. Jump forward and down. Good. Now this is really challenging your balance, isn't it? So keep those eyes on something stationary just in front of you. And breathe. Woo. All right, other leg. Here we go. So have the laces rest. So you're not digging the toe into your bench or chair. All right, we jump forward, hinge forward. 3, 2, 1, go. Now you could also do this without the jump. If you find that you don't want to do the one-legged squat as I'm doing in that alternative screen, you would just turn this into a Bulgarian, okay? Without the jump. One more. Time. All right. So we make our way down, or maybe you're against a wall or against a kitchen counter. That works wonderfully for these power push-ups. But we want to be in a lean. We want that plank. We're leaning into our bench chair. Come down, power up, press. Good. Elbows in tight. Hands are just underneath those armpits. Breathe out as you press back. Time. You should feel that. Maybe the triceps. That's where I feel it first. Smaller muscle. All right. Here we go. Round 3. So right laces up. 3, 2, 1. Jump forward. Down. Jump back up. Or hold a static Bulgarian. Time. Woo. Here we go. Other side. Oh, no weight. No weight for this glute. She's still healing. George pulled it. George is my dog. Ready, set, go. So jump forward, hinge. I bolted after him, stopped, and pulled my glute. Yep. The joys of being over 50. You can pull a back muscle out sneezing and a glute running for your dog. Time. We just roll with it, don't we? Okay, power push-up, maybe against the wall or join me down here. You want to be in that plank position though. Super important. Keep that derriere in. 3, 2, 1, lower. Exhale, press. So lots of reps here. It's power. Power it up. Come on. time. Whew. All right, I'm starting to feel that. Here we go. Last round. Right laces up. No dumbbells or dumbbells. Start with that left leg close to the bench if you're doing the jump. Go, jump, hinge forward. This is such a functional move, especially if you play any type of sport. We need to be able to power up on one leg, support our body, have each side work independent of each other. One more. Woo. All right, other side. Laces rest. Whew. I really love the 15-second break we have here in between. Ready, set, and go. Little longer break because this is tough. These 20 seconds are no joke. One more. Woo. All right, we're moving into that push-up. We can grab a quick sip of water after this. We're moving into our strength portion next. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, crew. Come on. Hup. Breathe out as you press back. Time. Woo. Come on up. All right, grab a sip of water. We're moving into strength for our next circuit. All right, you got about 40 seconds to have that water. We want the heavies. We're starting with a Renegade row. If you can't do a Renegade row, either from the knees, so dumbbells are underneath the hands and we're rowing, or from the toes. Mini-me's doing a piston row, which is single arm, standing. All right, from there, we move into moving chest press and then push press. We have 4 rounds, 30 seconds of work. So grab your heavies. For reference, I'm using a pair of 25s. All right, you're going to get set up with a hip hinge if you're doing the mini-me version. Otherwise, here from the knees, tuck up off of the knees for advanced and row, elbow coming up towards the rib cage. Feet apart, we want to keep those hips quiet. Gaze at the top of your mat. When we're done, flip on over, keeping those heavies for a chest press. Whew. This is getting real. Go on. One more. All right, chest press. So situate yourself into a moving bridge. But first, let's get the dumbbells on the thighs because they're heavy. Lie back. Upper arm hits the ground. Get yourself set up. Now, as you press, your bum lifts. That's the moving part. As you lower, your bum lowers. Elbows are slightly in front of those shoulders. Wrists are straight, pressing so that the dumbbells end above the chest, not the head. Your exhale here is as you press up. Good. Now squeeze that booty. Let's get those glutes, low back muscles fired up. When the timer goes, we move into our final strength exercise, a push press, which is standing. Whew. All right, so you're going to use a knee momentum to roll yourself up and then dumbbells hit the ground. Let's grab on to some lighter weights, to your moderate weights. For reference, I'm using 15s. Palms can face you or me. You got a little knee bend, push and press. Knee bend, push and press. So bum goes back. We're letting the legs help us get those dumbbells up. Now you can also hold on to one dumbbell. All right. If you find, holy cow, PJ, this weight is too much, double up the hands on one dumbbell. Here we go. One more. All right. So that's our series. 3 more rounds. Renegade row. So can be on those knees too. All right. Just keep that tush down. 3, 2, 1, go. You want the wrists underneath those shoulders. When the wrists start going ahead of the shoulders, we start putting that poor shoulder joints of yours in a bad position. We got a lot of core here. Back muscles, bicep. back of shoulder. Last one. Woo, baby. All right, dumbbells on each side of the hip. This is how you safely pick up heavy dumbbells for your chest press. Place them on the thighs, lie down, and let your upper arms just hit the ground, and then elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. Chest press, hip lift. Breathe out. 30 seconds, so not a lot of reps. That's why this is a strength portion of our workout. So hopefully you have weights that are challenging you. Time. Elbows in, momentum, rock yourself up, dumbbells hit the ground first, and then use the dumbbells to push yourself up. All right, push press now. Dumbbells. I like a staggered stance, okay? You can go feet hip width. Go in between my dumbbells. Palms can face you or me. But use those legs. Time. Woo! My triceps are just about done already. All right, moving to the last round, or no, middle round here. So Renegade row, or maybe you've got that piston row. Go. Hips quiet. Gaze at the top of your mat. Breathe out as you lift that dumbbell up. Keep that core tight. Time. Woo. Place the dumbbells on each side of the hips. Start with the dumbbells there, okay? And then place them on your thighs. Roll back. Upper arms hit the ground. Bring the elbows slightly in front of the shoulders. Press and bridge. Lower. Time. Upper arms hit the ground. Use the knee. Momentum yourself up. Dumbbells hit the ground right away and push yourself up. All right. Grab the lighter pair or moderate. One or two. Woo. Let's go. Now I'd like to say that I'm finished training your triceps after this strength portion, but I'm not going to say that because I would be lying. We got some more tricep work for our endurance section of the workout. But the good news is our endurance circuit is 2 rounds, not 4. But we are going longer, hence the word endurance. One more. Woo! All right, we're looking good. Last round, no problem. So remember, you got piston. Just make sure you have that neutral spine, okay? Or join me on the ground, knees or toes. Wrists are under the shoulders. 3, 2, 1, go. I just started recently being able to do 25 pounds with my Renegade rows. My stupid elbow stopped me. I've been suffering for close to a year with elbow tendonitis. All right, last one. Come on, you guys. Hup, and drop her down. Woo. All right, get those dumbbells so they're in between the hips. Here we go. So rest them on the thigh. Lie back. Upper arms hit the ground. Then get your dumbbells set up and bridge and press. If you suffered with tennis elbow, search tennis elbow on my YouTube channel. I did a really in-depth tutorial about how I rehabbed my elbow and the different therapies that are available to you. Time. Elbows into the body. Rock yourself up. Let the dumbbells hit the mat and then roll up, okay? Good job. We're standing. Grab those moderates. Whew. Feet hip width or staggered. Push, press. Last couple of reps. We got this. One more. Come on, crew. Hup. And release. Woo! Nicely done. All right, shake out those arms. So we're moving, as I said, into endurance. So that means we'll use a little lighter weight. Okay? If you have heavies, we're going to retire those for this set and just hold on to those moderates, or maybe you might want to go a little lighter. 2 rounds, 50 seconds of work. Only 10-second rest in between, though. Okay. Let me quickly demo. Using my 15, we'll work into the shoulders again. Holding it up. Perform a halo. So that just means circling your head really close with the dumbbell. And then step out for a side lunge and lower. Halo. All right, so we will alternate. You ready? Of course you are. Come on, you. This is it. 2 rounds, and then we stretch. Here we go. Get your dumbbell up, just resting just slightly above the eyes. I'm going to push the timer. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Halo close to the body. Step out, mirror me. Good. Now remember our side lunge when we did the warm-up, right? Shoulders, hips, knees and toes to me. Good. When we allow that dumbbell to come down towards the ground, not rounding that upper back. So there's a lot going on here. So take it a little slow. Learn it. Time. All right, now keep that dumbbell, or for beginners, I want you to step down a weight if you can. Place it on the ground. Get your feet wide, toes turned out. Now, using your right arm, squat down, pick up the dumbbell, do a hammer curl, and then another press. Sorry. Finish the hammer curl. Now squat and put the dumbbell down. Pick it up with the other hand. So don't forget about that hammer curl. We've been doing a lot of snatches in the Ignite series, so this is very different than the snatch. And then if you want to pick it up, you can. But you're transferring the weight right onto the ground. Now, if that's not available to you, you go down as deep as you can and then transfer in the air, okay? So, nice, easy way to tone it down. All right. I like to kind of sit out there for a bit, but that's me. I like a good quad burn. All right, moderate dumbbell in both hands. Remembering that hip hinge from warm up. Knees soft. Turn this into an RDL, so Romanian deadlift, and then go wide with the row, and then come on up. Let's try that again. Here we go. Come down. Now maybe you can go a bit deeper. As I mentioned earlier, I got a glute issue, so I'm limited with my range of motion. But as you go down, you're going lower by either hinging from the hip or maybe bending those knees a bit more, but not rounding the back. Double whammy here, and your entire posterior chain. Hamstrings, glutes, mid back, upper back. Finish it. All right, from the top, halo. So just one dumbbell. Start with it just by the eyes, feet hip width. Now halo the dumbbell in one direction, doesn't matter which, keep it close to the body. Good, now come down. Good, bring the dumbbell, halo, don't hit your head. Now, the great news about this entire workout, without you even noticing, we've hit your core, we've hit your abs. Especially with the power series, the one-legged drills, and then into the push-up, because the push-up is essentially just a moving plank. Then if you join me in the Renegade row, we had that plank happening too. Time. All right, if you can, the dumbbell's on the ground. If it's not, remember you can change halfway down. So feet wide, toes turned out, squat, curl, press, bring it down. We are getting down to that ground though, because the legs are bending. The knees are bending. We're flexing into those hips. Not rounding the back. Almost there. Time. Woo. All right, on to our last exercise. RDL to row. Dumbbell in each hand. Our setup. Feet hip width or shoulder width. Okay, here we go. Softness in the knees. Bend them. Hip hinge. Row wide. Good. Drive through those heels. Lift all the way up. Breathe. Looking straight ahead. Don't let that head drop. Really perfect that hip hinge so you don't feel your low back. You may feel it fatigue. It's totally normal. We're working the extensors, but there shouldn't be pain. Time. Woo, we did it. Bravo, you. All right. March it on the spot. We just worked some really big muscles, so the heart rate might be up there. Grab a sip of water if you need it. We're going to let the heart rates come down a little bit and then stretch out those muscles. All right, just march it out. Grab some water if you need it. I've mentioned this in previous videos. If you find that your heart rate hasn't come down and we're starting to stretch, hey, push pause, all right? Let's get that heart rate down. Let's get your breathing. You won't come all the way to pre-exercise levels, but we also don't want to beating like a hummingbird, okay? We need it down a bit. All right. Now, we're going to move into hip flexor stretch and then lie right down. So let's get the left knee onto the mat, right leg out, lunge forward. You want to feel that lovely stretch in your hip flexor there. All right, now let's get into the triceps too, because yeah, they worked just a bit, didn't they? Bring the hand behind, gently push the elbow so the hand comes further down the back. And then here's an added, I want you to lean away from that left hip. Oh, it's my favorite stretch. We could just do this for a full workout. I would be happy. Would you be happy with that? It might not give us the results we're looking for, but hey, it'd feel damn good. All right, now come back to center. Release the right arm. Take that left one straight up. Good. Slowly circle it behind, leading with the thumb. Good. And let's do one more rotation. So this is called controlled articular rotation, or CARS. And we're working mobility of the shoulder. So it's very slow and controlled. Lead with the thumb. Good. Now turn the palm so it's facing away from the body and lead with the pinky. Nice. Let's do the other side. Here we go. Right knee underneath the hip. Lunge forward. Let's establish that stretch first into the hip flexor, okay? Now right arm in between the shoulder blades. Walk the hand down a bit more. Good. Lean back. Or lean away, from that right hip. Lovely stretch. Let's just breathe into that. A lot of emotion is also stored in our hips. All right, come back to center. Release the left arm, straighten the arm right up, turn the palm facing away, and let's circle it behind you nice and slow. Feels good, huh? All right, now we're going to circle back, now leading with the thumb, palm facing your body. Now turn the palm facing away, lead with the pinky, and come back down. Nice job. Take yourself onto the right side. Top heel comes to the bum. Pull it back. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor. And then if you want a little bit more into the IT bend and TFL, take that bottom foot and hook it on the outside of that top knee. And hold. Just let your head rest on that bottom arm. And I'm rolled back a bit. I'm not directly on top of that bottom hip. Let's release it. Take it to the other side. You can simply roll over if you'd like, but top heel to the bum. Good. Take that bottom leg, hook it on the outside of that knee if you'd like, and then just let yourself settle into that quad stretch. You might even feel it in front of the shoulder too. I know I do on this right shoulder. She tends to be a bit more tight. Good. Just a couple of breaths. All right, now release that bottom leg and the top leg, and let's just roll onto your back. Start with the feet on the ground. Extend your left leg straight up, get into your hamstring, and then lift your head up, make the back of the neck nice and long, and then straighten your other leg onto the ground. So we want to lengthen through that front of your thigh while we're getting a stretch through the back of the thigh. And breathe. Just feel the ground support you. And play around with a slightly bent knee, straight leg, whatever feels best and helps you get what you need for that left hamstring stretch. Bend that right leg, cross the left one right over, sitting cross-legged, so to speak, and then pull the knees into your chest, hands coming underneath and grabbing onto that top shin. So this is going to stretch out into that left glute. Now, if you find you can't get your head to the ground, and that can happen, if you've got a pillow by you or a yoga block, place something underneath the head. It's going to be a lot more comfortable for you if you can rest your head on something. But what we don't want is the open of the throat opening towards the ceiling. We want the back of the neck longer than the front. So again, if you've got tightness in the hips and glutes, place something under the head so that we can keep that neck in a nice alignment. And a couple more breaths. Now, left foot on the ground. Start with it on the ground first. Bring that right one up. Hands, if you're able to, come behind the thigh. And again, play around with it. Bent knee, straight leg, whatever works for you. And then from here, straighten that left leg. Feeling that stretch now in the front of that left body and then into the back of the right body. Back and neck is long. Maybe your eyes are closed. Just enjoying the sensation of lengthening and relaxing the muscles. Let's bend the left leg again. Cross the right one completely over now. Again, remember, we want that length in the back of your neck. So if you need that pillow or yoga block, grab it. Knees come to chest, hands come underneath, grabbing onto that left shin. Release, either rocking yourself up to a seated position or rolling onto your side and using your arms to press yourself up. We can be on our seat, or if you have a chair nearby and seated on a chair, if that's more comfortable for you. Sitting nice and tall though, so I want you to make sure that the vertebrae is stacked and then the ears are over the shoulders. And mirroring me, bend the arm and press it in towards you. So it's a bent elbow. It's going to give you a different sensation than straight into the shoulder and upper back. And then right here, if you're seated on the ground with me, we are engaging our core. There's this tendency for the spine to want to round, and you're having to activate those deep core muscles without you even consciously aware that you are, to sit up nice and tall. Good, let's take the other arm. Again, bent elbow, different sensation. Doesn't mean that the straight arm is better or the bent elbow is better. It's just different. And then let's go on to our hands and knees for our final stretch. Spread the fingers wide, really wide. My watch is telling me, finished your workout? No, I'm not. Turn your fingertips so they're pointed towards your knees. Flatten your palm on the ground. And then I want you to rock back and forward. So we're stretching into your forearm muscles as well as working into the wrist. Really important, especially for you night challengers, because wrist strength and mobility is really important for our push-ups. Good, now let's do circles. And again, I'm doing the circles by coming through the hips and then the shoulders. Woo! And as I sit back, that's where it really gets juicy for those forearms. One more time. Opposite direction. And the pad of my palm is lifting up slightly as I sit back. Now let's sit right back, have it lift up and hold. Arms are fairly straight, but I'm not hyperextending my elbow joint. And then as we pull the hands up, let's do it nice and slow with the tips of your fingers the last to pull up. Hey, another lovely stretch. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Well done to my challengers, and make sure you guys drop a comment down below. I want to hear from you. You can also help this video out by clicking the thumbs up so it gets found by the YouTube algorithm. Now listen, if you want to work further with me, I got a couple of ways down there in the description, so check it out, and I hope to see you either in my Patreon community or my Over 50 Fitness community. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Hey there, good looking. Join me for this metabolic conditioning workout that is going to blast a ton of calories and tone every muscle in that body. Now, that body, your body, not just anybody, but your body. Oh my goodness.